A very good morning. It's just past 8 this Friday morning, and I'm back again with Breakfast News. I'm Rukma, and over the next 1 hour, we take you through the major happenings and newspaper headlines published from the national capital, New Delhi. But first, the headlines. After yesterday's massive roadshow, Prime Minister Narendra Modi to file his nomination from Varanasi. Today, prominent leaders of the NDA expected to accompany the Prime Minister during the process. Congress Chief Rahul Gandhi to address election rallies in Odisha and Maharashtra. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra to campaign in Uttar Pradesh. Akali Dal President Sukhbir Singh Badal to file his nomination from Firozpur in Punjab. Senior Congress leader and leader of opposition in Maharashtra, Radhakrishna Vikhe Patil, resigns from post after he is accused of working for his son, who quit the party and is fighting on a BJP ticket from Ahmednagar. In neighbouring Sri Lanka, government releases pictures of suspects of Easter Sunday blasts. More than 80 arrested. Defence Secretary resigns. Government revises death toll, brings down the figure from 359 to 253. And in sports, India shines in Asian Boxing Championship. Kavinder Singh Bisht enters finals along with 3 other Indian boxers. And now for our top story, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will file his nomination papers from Varanasi Lok Sabha seat today in the presence of senior NDA leaders. Top leaders of the BJP's NDA coalition partners are expected to be present, including Nitish Kumar, Uddhav Thackeray, Prakash Singh Badal and Ram Vilas Paswan, besides chief ministers of BJP-ruled states. Before filing his nomination, the Prime Minister will address Bharatiya Janata Party workers. Arguably, the biggest event of the 2019 general elections began to unfold on Thursday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reached his chosen parliamentary seat, Varanasi, and spearheaded a mega roadshow in the holiest of cities, aiming to maximize the people's mandate. The estimated number of supporters and admirers through the 6-kilometer route was a massive 5 to 6 lakhs. The Prime Minister will file his nomination papers today in the company of all top BJP and NDA leaders. Take a look.
A mass of supporters and admirers on Varanasi streets, chanting slogans, carrying the BJP's flag and banners, shouting rose petals, and moving along the over 6-kilometer long route Prime Minister Narendra Modi took on Thursday through the holiest of cities as part of a mega road show. It began from Banaras Hindu University founder Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya's statue in the afternoon and gradually made its way through Lanka and Godhulia to finally reach the legendary Dashashwamedh Ghat after sundown. All the way, the PM stayed on top of a modified jeep, waving out to Varanasi citizens and all those who had come to take part in his journey to retain the Varanasi seat. Even rooftops and windows were chock-a-block. The mega roadshow, a clear-cut election blockbuster. After the roadshow, the PM was seen at the Dashashwamedh Ghat participating in the Ganga Aarti. The daily worship of the holiest river is as much an iconic part of Varanasi's spiritual identity as it is auspicious. It's said, whoever takes part in the ritual with full devotion has all wishes fulfilled. Before setting off on the roadshow, the PM garlanded the statue of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya at the BHU gate. After bowing to the BHU founder, he also bowed to the people of Varanasi in all 4 directions. Several union ministers such as Nitin Gadkari, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and top BJP leaders like Amit Shah were also present during the roadshow. Friday will see these leaders being joined by top leaders of the BJP's NDA coalition partners such as Nitish Kumar, Uddhav Thackeray, Prakash Singh Badal and Ram Vilas Paswan during the PM's nomination filing. Sources suggest that the PM will file his papers for retaining the Varanasi Lok Sabha seat around 11:30 am. Ahead of the PM's nomination, the Congress put paid to all the speculation around pitting its General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra against him from the Varanasi seat. It announced the name of Ajay Rai, who had also taken on the PM in 2014 and come a distant third in the contest behind runner-up Arvind Kejriwal. The BJP was quick to pounce on the Congress for not giving the Varanasi ticket to Priyanka despite letting speculation hang in the air for weeks.
प्रियंका जी की बहुत डिमांड है, लोगों के साथ उनका एक अजब ही कनेक्ट है और जिस तरीके की सरलता और सहजता वो राजनीति में लेकर आई हैं, मैं समझती हूँ और किसी नेता के पास वो करिश्माई व्यक्तित्व है नहीं। तो प्रियंका जी को हम ज़रूर सीमित नहीं करके रखेंगे। और जहाँ तक इस निर्णय की बात है, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी कि कांग्रेस पार्टी सारे राजनीतिक समीकरणों का आकलन करके ये निर्णय लेती है और वही लिया।
Senior leader Arun Jaitley took to social media to express his deep disappointment at the development, linking it to how the Congress still believes in perpetuating the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty by refusing to have it tested against a tried, tested and successful leader like the PM. Now, all eyes will remain trained on Varanasi on Friday, where the PM will stake his claim to retake the support of its residents for another term at the seat of power in Delhi. With Amritpal Singh in Varanasi, DD News.
After the mega roadshow, the Prime Minister addressed a rally in Varanasi where he mentioned the development work done in the last 5 years by the centre.
बीते 5 वर्ष पुरुषार्थ थे, आने वाले 5 वर्ष परिणाम के हैं। बीते 5 वर्ष ईमानदारी के प्रयास के थे, आने वाले 5 वर्ष उन प्रयासों को विस्तार देने के होंगे। बीते 5 वर्ष परिवर्तन की शुरुआत करने के लिए थे, आने वाले 5 वर्ष देश की प्रतिष्ठा के होंगे। भाइयों बहनों, हम परिवर्तन के साथ हर वो काम कर रहे हैं जो देश को सशक्त करे। ऐसे काम भी जो मेरे विरोधियों तक को छोटे लगते थे, उन कामों को करने का बीड़ा मैंने उठाया।
And now Amritpal Singh, our correspondent, joins us from Varanasi for more details on this story. Well, Amritpal, it's a very good morning to you. It's being spoken of as one of the biggest events of the elections this year, the Prime Minister's roadshow and then his filing of nominations today. What is the atmosphere there in the NDA camp? We believe that the entire top brass of the alliance will be present today.
That's right, Rukma. The big leaders of the NDA are expected to be here. Yesterday, even at the Ganga Aarti, the top leaders of the NDA, O Paneerselvam of the AAR-DMK, Deputy Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, was there. Today, more leaders are expected to join. It's expected that Uddhav Thackeray of the Shiv Sena, Nitish Kumar, Chief Minister of Bihar, Prakash Singh Badal of the Shromani Akali Dal, Apna Dal, various constituents of the NDA, Ramvilas Paswan is expected to be here. So apart from the BJP chief ministers of the BJP ruled states, union ministers are expected to be present here. Some union ministers, Piyush Goyal and Nitin Gadkari, were there at the roadshow yesterday. More ministers are likely to join in. So it will be a full show of strength when the Prime Minister comes here in the at about 11:30 here where I am at the DM's office and in the court premises here in Varanasi to file his nomination papers. Right now, the preparations are on for a meeting that he will take with booth level workers at about 9:30. He'll address that, then he'll go to Kal Bhairav Mandir where he'll offer prayers, and from there he'll arrive here at the courts complex to file his nomination papers. And in tow would be the leaders that I've mentioned. So it will be a show of strength and solidarity of the NDA with Prime Minister Modi when he files his nomination papers this morning.
Right, Amritpal. And well, at this stage, what does the contest there look like now that the Congress has declared its candidate after all those speculations that it could be Priyanka that they could pit against the Prime Minister. What does it look like at this point? What seems to be the Congress strategy rather?
Well, yes, after much speculation yesterday, the Congress decided not to field Priyanka Gandhi here. They've decided Ajay Rai as the candidate. Ajay Rai, remember, was contested the last time around as well, though he did very, very badly. He lost his deposit, he could not even get 75,000 votes, whereas the Prime Minister won by more than 3.17 lakh votes. So there was a clear margin. This time around, if you look at the situation here, what I've spoken to people here in Varanasi, the constituents of this constituency, the Prime Minister clearly has an edge, primarily because he's also a Prime Ministerial candidate. He's the incumbent Prime Minister and he's a Prime Ministerial candidate. So the people believe that, if you are electing an MP who's a Prime Ministerial candidate and could be a Prime Minister, the developmental works in the constituency happen much more. They happen at a much fast pace. They are much fast tracked. They say in the past 5 years they've realized that, be it the ring road of Varanasi, be it the road from the Babatpur airport to Varanasi city to Banaras city, which was in a pretty bad shape, which earlier used to take about an hour's time. Now it's a distance reduced to about 20-25 minutes. Be it roads, be it developmental works, cleaning of the ghats, cleaning of the city in general, improvement of civic amenities, not just in urban Banaras, not just in the city, but also in the villages. So all that gives a clear edge to Narendra Modi over his rivals. And as I said, the biggest advantage that he has is that he's an incumbent Prime Minister. He's going into elections as a Prime Ministerial candidate of the NDA. So that puts him, in a sense, at least in public perception, ahead of, or gives him a certain edge over his rivals.
Right, and Amritpal, how far would you say throughout these elections, throughout the campaigning, we've seen how the Prime Minister has been able to dominate the narrative with issues like national security that he's stressed on, with nationalism that he's stressed on, and development, of course. How far are the people of Varanasi, how far are they convinced about the importance and the significance of these issues?
He's been talking about a lot of issues, Rukma. National security is one issue that he's been addressing at various rallies. Talking about at various rallies he's been addressing all over the country. Today also he's got various rallies lined up in Madhya Pradesh and Mumbai. So national security is a big issue that he brings up. Yesterday also he spoke about that. But more than that, for the people of Varanasi, he's spoken about development. That how he's brought about development to not just Varanasi but all over the country, and that is what his model is, to put the country on a fast track development. So that does cut ice with the constituents of Varanasi, because they've seen development happen in their villages, in the city here, that's a part of the Varanasi constituency. So that does make sense to them, and they do believe that a city like Banaras or Varanasi, which is essentially, which has narrow by-lanes, lanes, he's been able to clean that. He's been able to clean the ghats. He's been able to bring developmental works here, civic amenities. So given all that, when he talks about development, it resonates with the people here.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Amritpal, for joining us there and for all those inputs. We'll be back with you throughout the day for more. And it wasn't just the BJP that was focusing its attention on Uttar Pradesh. Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra too campaigned in the state, holding a massive roadshow in Jhansi and Orai. Rahul Gandhi sought votes in Rajasthan. At a rally in Rajasthan, Rahul claimed that the unemployed youth in India stand to gain the most from the Nyay scheme. He said, besides 25 crore citizens, farmers, small shopkeepers and unemployed youth would gain from it. Thanking the Prime Minister for opening bank accounts on a large scale, Rahul said that the money under Nyay Yojana would be transferred directly into those bank accounts.
अब हिंदुस्तान का गरीब किसान मजदूर, आप सोचिए 5 करोड़ परिवारों के बैंक अकाउंट में 3,60,000 रुपए 5 साल के डाले जा सकते हैं और कांग्रेस पार्टी ने मन बना लिया है, ऐतिहासिक निर्णय है 2019 के चुनाव के बाद खटाखट हर महीने बैंक अकाउंट में पैसा जाए।
And Thursday was clearly a day devoted to campaigning in Uttar Pradesh. For the SP, BSP, RLD combined, the meeting ground was Kannauj, where Mayawati, Akhilesh and Ajit Singh addressed a joint rally. It was a show of strength and unity, with both Mayawati and Ajit Singh rooting for Dimple Yadav, Akhilesh's wife, the Gathbandhan candidate from Kannauj. And there was another show of strength of sorts in Patna when, flanked by her mother in Tejasvi, Meesa Bharti filed her nomination. Meanwhile, in Delhi, AAP released its manifesto promising full statehood for Delhi if voted to power.
Amidst intense political campaigning, Aam Aadmi Party released its manifesto for the Lok Sabha elections in Delhi. On the occasion, AAP convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said that the priority of his party is to ensure full statehood for Delhi. Some of the major promises in the AAP manifesto, apart from the full statehood one, includes permanent jobs for contractual employees, 85% seats in colleges to be reserved for Delhi students, police to be made more accountable to people, and 33% reservation for women in Delhi police. Kejriwal blamed Rahul Gandhi for the failure to form an alliance between AAP and the Congress in Delhi while releasing the manifesto.
वो गठबंधन करने के लिए बिल्कुल इच्छुक नहीं थे, रोज नई नई शर्तें रखते थे, रोज नई नई शर्तें रखते थे, रोज नई नई, और वो ऐसी शर्तें रखते थे जो हो नहीं सकती थी। लेकिन देश को बचाने के लिए हम कड़वी से कड़वा घूंट भी पीने को तैयार थे। राहुल जी ने उस दिन ट्वीट किया, मैं पूरे सम्मान के साथ राहुल जी से पूछना चाहता हूं कि दुनिया के इतिहास के अंदर कौन सा गठबंधन ट्विटर के ऊपर हुआ है।
Meanwhile, a joint rally of SP, BSP and RLD was organized in Kannauj for the joint candidate Dimple Yadav. Top leadership of the alliance, BSP Chief Mayawati, SP head Akhilesh Yadav and RLD's Ajit Singh took part in the rally. The Grand Alliance leaders attacked the BJP and the Congress and exuded confidence of a big win for the alliance.
यदि केंद्र में हमें सरकार बनाने का मौका मिलता है तो तब फिर हमारी सरकार यहाँ देश में अति गरीब परिवारों को हर महीने 6,000 रुपए देने की बजाय बल्कि इसके स्थान पर उन्हें सरकारी व गैर सरकारी क्षेत्रों में स्थायी रोजगार देने की ही पूरी व्यवस्था करेगी।
ये गठबंधन जमीन पर रहने वाले लोगों का गठबंधन है, ये दिलों का गठबंधन है और देश को नई सरकार देने वाला ही गठबंधन है। कहना चाहता हूं, तख्त बदल दो, ताज बदल दो, इन झूठों की सरकार बदल दो।
In Bihar, Chief Minister and NDA partner Nitish Kumar shared the days with Prime Minister Modi in Darbhanga and launched an attack on the RJD.
बिहार में 15 साल तक एक परिवार को राज करने का मौका मिला और क्या बिहार की स्थिति थी, बिहार का क्या बजट था, एक साल में 24,000 करोड़ से भी कम, 23,885 करोड़ 2004-05 में, और आज बिहार का बजट एक साल का है 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए से भी ज्यादा।
On the other hand, Lalu Prasad's daughter and RJD candidate from Patna filed her nomination papers on Thursday. She was accompanied by her mother Rabri Devi and brother Tejasvi Yadav. Brother Tej Pratap was conspicuous by his absence. Meesa Bharti said she will take the message of Lalu Yadav to the masses and is confident that the Grand Alliance in Bihar will get massive support from the people in the state.
इस बार जो महागठबंधन के कार्यकर्ता है और खास तौर पे बिहार की जनता है, मन बना चुकी है कि एनडीए गठबंधन को उखाड़ के फेंक देना है, क्योंकि जितने इन लोगों ने वादे किए, आप विकास की बात करते हैं, आप जब गांव में जाएंगे आपको विकास दिखेगा कि किस तरह का क्या विकास हुआ। युवा इनको ढूंढ रहा है, महिलाएं इनको ढूंढ रही हैं, किसान ढूंढ रहा है, जो बेरोजगार नौजवान है अपने रोजगार के सवाल पे ढूंढ रहा है।
Rashtriya Lok Samata Party head Upendra Kushwaha was also in Darbhanga to campaign for RJD candidate Abdul Bari Siddiqui. He attacked the BJP and said that Mahagathbandhan is sure to win in Bihar.
महागठबंधन बन गया, सन ऑफ मला, उपेंद्र कुशवाहा, मांझी जी, कांग्रेस पार्टी, लालू यादव जी तो है ही। अब हम लोग मिलकर आपको रेगिस्तान भेजेंगे।
All in all, every political party, national and regional, is putting in best efforts to garner support of the people. DD News.
And campaigning is on in full swing for the remaining phases of the Lok Sabha polls. Star campaigners of various political parties are making whirlwind tours at different places, garnering support for their candidates. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address rallies in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra today. He will address 2 rallies in Siddhi and Jabalpur in MP, while in Maharashtra he will address a public rally at Mumbai. BJP President Amit Shah will address a public rally in Rajasthan's Jalore in support of the party candidate Devji Patel. The BJP President will participate in a roadshow in support of BJP candidate Gajendra Singh Shekhawat in Jodhpur later in the evening. An Union Minister and senior BJP leader Ravi Shankar Prasad will file his nominations from Patna Sahib constituency today. Shiromani Akali Dal President Sukhbir Singh Badal and his wife and Union Minister Harsimrat Kaur Badal will file nomination from Firozpur and Bathinda respectively after paying obeisance at the Golden Temple. And today is the last date for withdrawal of candidature for the 6th phase of Lok Sabha polls. 59 constituencies spread over 7 states will go to polls in this phase on the 12th of May. Polling will be held on 14 seats in Uttar Pradesh, 10 seats in Haryana, 8 in each in Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and West Bengal, all 7 seats in Delhi and 4 seats in Jharkhand in this phase. In a significant development, leader of the opposition in the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, Radhakrishna Vikhe Patil, has resigned from his post. Vikhe Patil had tendered his resignation after his son, Dr. Sujay Vikhe Patil, joined the BJP and is contesting the Ahmednagar seat. In the wake of criticism, Vikhe Patil sent a letter to Congress President Rahul Gandhi, resigning from the post of leader of opposition a few weeks ago. And the Income Tax Department conducted search and seizure operations at 5 locations in the Kashmir Valley on Thursday. The searches were carried out against a group which is a monopolistic wholesale distributor of pharmaceuticals in the Kashmir Valley. It was gathered that the group charged huge premium on life-saving drugs which were exclusively sourced through it in the valley, and the extra normal profits earned by this modus operandi were used for investment in real estate in Srinagar, as well as for unaccounted expenditure by the promoter's family not disclosed in their income tax returns. The search action has yielded incriminating documents and digital evidence that suggest huge concealment of income by the promoter and his family members. The search action has also led to unearthing of an undisclosed bank account in the name of a family member of the promoter of the group in the J&K Bank at the Alamgiri branch in Srinagar. The Met Department has issued a red alert in Tamil Nadu for the 30th of April and 1st of May. IMD said Cyclone Fani was likely to hit the state over those days, and very heavy rains are expected in coastal Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. The alert said rainfall at most places with heavy to very heavy falls at a few places with extremely heavy at isolated places is expected during the 2 days in the state. And fugitive businessman Nirav Modi, undergoing extradition proceedings in the UK in the Punjab National Bank fraud and money laundering case, will today appear before a London court for a remand hearing. The 48-year-old, who has been behind bars at Wandsworth Prison in southwest London since his arrest last month, will be produced before a judge at Westminster Magistrates Court via video link from the jail. The hearing follows his bail being rejected by Chief Magistrate on March 29th on the grounds that there was a substantial risk he would fail to surrender. And in international news, Sri Lanka on Thursday released photographs of 6 suspects, including 3 women wanted for their involvement in the deadly Easter Sunday attacks. Police also issued an appeal for information on these suspects. Over 80 suspects have been taken into custody, and our interrogations are on for their links to terrorist organizations, including ISIS. The US Embassy in Colombo, in a message, said terrorist groups continue plotting possible attacks in Sri Lanka. Few countries, including Britain and Israel, have issued travel advisories against travel to the country in the wake of security situation there. And meanwhile, the security situation remained fragile with reports of some miscreants trying to launch fresh attacks. Church mass and mosque prayers today have been cancelled amidst threats of more attacks as some of the suspects may be on the loose. Several search operations are underway and police checkposts have been set up to search suspicious vehicles.
Check, audio okay.
In another development, Sri Lanka's Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando resigned over his failure to prevent the Easter terror attacks. Defence Secretary Fernando handed over his resignation letter to President Maithripala Sirisena on Thursday. Sirisena had asked Fernando and Inspector General of Police Pujith Jayasundara to quit after their failure to prevent the blast despite having prior intelligence. And President Maithripala Sirisena has said that arrangements have been made to set up a joint operation command to tackle the latest terrorist threats and call for overhaul of the entire security establishment. And the death toll in Sri Lanka has been revised to 253 from 359 reported earlier. Dr. Anil Jasinghe, Director General of the Health Services, said the larger death toll was released as a result of a calculation error. He said that at least 485 injured have been admitted to 6 hospitals throughout the country. Meanwhile, the Foreign Ministry has said the number of foreigners killed has risen to 40, including 11 Indians. And Dubai's iconic Burj Khalifa lit up in the colours of the Sri Lankan flag on Thursday in a display of solidarity with the Indian Ocean island country that was targeted by suicide bombers on Easter Sunday. After months of deliberation, US former Vice President Joe Biden on Thursday announced his decision to run for president for a third time, answering one of the biggest outstanding questions about the makeup of the 2020 race. In his campaign announcement video, Biden rebuked the white supremacist rally in Charlottesville in Virginia in August 2017 and President Donald Trump's handling of the aftermath. Biden framed the 2020 race as a battle for the soul of this nation. And in Canada, Ottawa's mayor declared a state of emergency in the capital in anticipation of rising flood waters and heavy rains. No homes have been evacuated, however, but authorities expect waters along the Ottawa River to rise above levels in 2017 that saw the worst floods in eastern Canada in half a century. Environment Canada issued a special weather statement predicting up to 35 millimeters of rain by Saturday morning. Meanwhile, northeast of the city, a hydroelectric dam on the Rouge River in Quebec province overflowed, prompting the emergency evacuation of some 50 area homes. Due to its risk of breach, an alert was issued for communities downriver. The Rouge feeds into the Ottawa River east of the capital. And firefighters in Colorado responded to a fiery multi-vehicle road crash on Thursday in the Denver suburb of Lakewood. Tractor-trailer trucks and other vehicles were involved in the crash along Interstate 70 southwest of Denver. The crews were working the scene and that there were at least 2 injuries. And time now for Finance World, all the latest news from the world of business and finance with my colleague Achal Gulati.
Well, thank you very much, Rukma, and good morning to all of you. And let's have a look at the prominent economic news which is making headlines today. And we're talking about WhatsApp payment feature. Yes, Facebook is betting big on the growth of digital payments in India and is in the process of a full-fledged launch of WhatsApp Pay soon. Users can complete the transactions and follow up with business individually. WhatsApp has over 1.5 billion users in 180 countries. In 2014, Facebook bought the company for whopping 19 billion. Over the years, the messaging platform has evolved from an update-only app to one that lets users to send messages, make video and audio calls, and now it would be making payments very soon. The Indian digital payment space is expected to rise to reach around 1 trillion by 2023. And it would be led by the growth in mobile payments. Facebook daily active users have been reached to 1.56 billion, that is 8% more if we compare to last year. India will see internet users rise by about 40% and number of smartphones to double by 2023 according to McKinsey's report. It also expects core digital sectors to jump 355 to 435 billion by 2025. India is one of the largest and fastest growing markets for digital consumers with 560 million internet users. India's internet user base has grown rapidly in recent years. It is on a fast track to adopt key digital attributes, and the number of smartphones and internet subscriptions could continue to increase rapidly in the next 5 years. And that's all we have in this edition of Finance World. Back to Rukma for more updates.
Well, thank you very much, Achal. Time now for some sports news. Kavinder Singh Bisht produced another scintillating performance to enter the finals along with 3 other Indians in the Asian Boxing Championships in Bangkok today. Bisht was up against Mongolian Kaku and was aggression personified. Willing to risk a few blows, the quick-moving Bisht stunned his rival by the sheer power of his punches and gave him a bloodied right eye in the second round. In the final 3 minutes, Kaku inflicted a cut over Bisht's right eye as well. However, that was not enough to deter Bisht, who edged out Kaku in a split verdict. Kavinder had upstaged reigning world champion from Kazakhstan in his quarter-final contest. And India also got off to a positive start with national champion Deepak advancing to the final thanks to a walkover from Kazakhstan's Zusupov due to injury. Another high voltage bout followed, with Ashish fighting it out against Iran's Mousavi to make a place for himself in the finals. And in IPL, teenager Riyan Parag led a dramatic late fight back along with Jofra Archer as Rajasthan Royals recovered from a batting slump to snatch a thrilling 3-wicket win over Kolkata Knight Riders. In a dramatic IPL match in Kolkata on Thursday, the 17-year-old Parag from Assam played without any fear in only his 14th T20 match to score a 31-ball 47 in a determined rearguard innings as the Royals chased down the target of 176 with 4 balls to spare. With this win, the Royals moved up 1 place to 7th with 8 points from 11 matches, the same as KKR, who remained at 6th spot from the same number of matches. And in IPL, Chennai Super Kings is scheduled to play Mumbai Indians in an IPL match at the Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai today. And now let's go through the papers at some of the top stories published in the newspapers from the national capital. Well, first beginning with the Times of India, it leads with how the Supreme Court has picked an ex-judge to probe if a gang is trying to fix benches and frame the Chief Justice of India. In fact, this is one of the top stories in almost all newspapers. The box item has the sub-headline saying, "Rich and powerful cannot run the Supreme Court." And the Supreme Court questions registry on D&D case listing. And it talks here about how the case against the Chief Justice of India just acquired wider dimensions, and how an ex-judge has now been selected to probe if a gang is trying to fix benches. And another story here that we've picked out again from the Times of India, and is about how the army has started the process of recruiting women soldiers. The army, this happened from yesterday. It has begun the process of recruiting women as jawans or soldiers for the first time, and very soon the Navy could also follow suit. Armed forces have till now only appointed women only as officers, but now they will be appointing them as Jawans and soldiers as well. And now moving on to the Tribune. In fact, we've selected a picture here, the Prime Minister's mega road show that took place yesterday. It's made the headlines and the front page of almost all newspapers, so it's very difficult to miss. Take a look at the picture. It says here, Varanasi show, and it shows the Prime Minister waving to the lakhs of supporters who accompanied him on that roadshow yesterday. He'll be filing his nominations from his seat, that's the Varanasi seat, today. And now in the world section of the Indian Express, it leads with how Sri Lanka is on the edge. It's a follow-up story, a detailed follow-up story of what's happening in Sri Lanka ever since those horrific Easter Sunday blasts took place. It says here, Sri Lanka on edge with lockdowns, scares and sweeps for bomb suspects. It says Easter Sunday bombings death toll has been revised. It talks about that. It talks about other steps that the Lankan government has taken, a number of emergency steps like visa on arrival being suspended, and Catholic churches suspending public mass, drones and unmanned aircrafts banned, and even it talks about how the Defence Secretary has resigned and how the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka has said that more attacks could be possible. And there was a new explosion, it says here, in a town east of the capital, but there were no casualties and the cause is still unclear. And then finally, we'd like to point to this very interesting picture from the sports section, again, of the Indian Express. India on the roll in the Asian Boxing Championships with Kavinder Singh Bisht. And this picture, we can say, says it all. A jubilant boxing team. The headline reads, with his guard up, Bisht on the brink of glory, with Akhil Kumar as guide, which follows this. Kavinder plots his way at the Asian Championships and finds himself a step away from a gold medal. But even as Kavinder has been mentioned again and again, India could be looking at her biggest medal haul in these championships this time around. Well, that's all in the morning print for today. And now let's go back to one of our top stories. Sri Lanka, how on Thursday released photographs of 6 suspects, including 3 women wanted for their involvement in the deadly Easter attacks. Sri Lanka's Defence Secretary Hema Siri Fernando resigning. For more on this, we are joined by a special correspondent Santosh Kumar from Colombo. Santosh, well, take us through the entire process as it stands now. We believe that there have been a huge number of arrests have taken place. We have the Defence Secretary taking responsibility, and we've also been getting regular reports of how the entire defence mechanism of Sri Lanka is under fire for what happened.
Yes, Sukma, the security situation remains grim in Colombo and other parts of the country. There are threats of more terrorist attacks, and U.S. Embassy in Colombo has advisories, and the police is taking every precaution. The crackdown is on the suspects, and more than 80 people have been arrested so far. There is police surveillance at every nook and corner of the city and other parts of the country to avoid any untoward incident. The mass prayers in mosques and churches have been cancelled today, and people have been advised to remain vigilant. So that is in terms of the current security situation. Talking of the past, of course, government is under attack, and the defense establishments are under attack for not feeding to the intelligence inputs which were there for the Sunday attack. More than 250 people have been killed.
Right.
So this defense secretary resignation was expected because the president said that he will take the security agencies to task, and of course police chiefs may also be resigning in coming days.
Right, Santosh, tell us, give us more details about the photographs of the suspects which have been released. We are getting reports that a very prominent businessman could also figure in these investigations, and because he is absconding. Also, we do know that 3 of the suspects, I believe, are women.
Yes, police have issued these press photographs of the people who are believed to be close to this fundamentalist group, which is behind this attack, and they are in the lookout for those, and there are suspicions that these people may be trying to plan future attacks. But apart from that, as you told, there is a wealthy businessman, and his 2 sons were involved in the suicide attack. So that is the attraction of everybody, that how such families and people from rich class and well-to-do families were radicalized and they were involved in such attacks. Apart from that, there is at least one case in which the suicide bomber is stated to be got his education in UK and Australia, and that Australian Prime Minister has also confirmed that he was there till 2013. So there are bombers and attackers of such nature, and that is a matter of greater worry for the country and for the region, that this radicalization is not limited to the poor and uneducated, that it has got into all cross-sections of the society. So these are inputs, and police is also examining how these local terrorist groups and fundamentalist groups are linked to the foreign terrorist organizations like ISIS, because ISIS has taken responsibility, and police is trying to join all the dots, that how these groups have got training and funding from these foreign terrorist organizations, and foreign investigative agencies are also involved in trying to clear this plot. Rukma?
Right, and we believe that there were intelligence inputs before the blast took place. That there were intelligence inputs, and that's why the Defence Ministry is under fire.
Yes, there were intelligence inputs, very clear intelligence inputs issued by India based on the interrogations from suspects, and in fact the name of the organization, the name of those who were probable to be involved in the suicide attacks was also given. It was also said that the attacks are likely to happen on the churches and at public places, and also of course Indian High Commission in Colombo was also one of the probable targets. So of course Indian side has taken all these precautions, but Sri Lankan government could not take adequate precautions and allowed the attack to happen. So that is of course a matter of worry, and as experts are saying, because there was peace for last 10 years, so the security culture in the country was lacking, and which allowed these fundamentalist groups to succeed in their design.
Right, Santosh, thank you so much for joining us there and for those inputs. And now moving on, let's take a look at the major happenings that took place on this day in history.
It was on this day in 1865 that John Wilkes Booth, the assassin of President Abraham Lincoln, was surrounded and killed by federal troops near Bowling Green, Virginia. It was on this day in 1975 that Sikkim became India's 22nd state, following the 14th of April referendum in which people decided to merge with India. On the 16th of May, Parliament announced that Sikkim officially became a state of India. On this day in 1986, 41 people were killed in the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in Soviet Union, the worst disaster in the history of nuclear power generation. It was on this day in 1987 that Bollywood music composer Shankar Singh Raghuvanshi passed away. He was popularly known with the duo of Shankar Jaikishan. They were a popular and successful Indian composer duo of the Hindi film industry, working together from 1949 to 1971.
And now let's take a look at the events listed for later in the day.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will file his nomination papers from Varanasi parliamentary constituency. He will be accompanied by the party's top brass, including BJP National President Amit Shah. Prime Minister Modi will also address two public rallies at Siddhi and Jabalpur of Madhya Pradesh The PM will also address a rally at Bandra Kurla complex in Mumbai. Congress President Rahul Gandhi will campaign in Odisha and will address election rallies in Balasore and Jagatsinghpur districts. He will also address an election rally at Sangamner under Shirdi Lok Sabha constituency in Ahmednagar district. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to meet US President Donald Trump at the White House to discuss trade and efforts to contain North Korea's nuclear program. Death anniversary of mathematician Srinivas Ramanujan to be observed. Ramanujan made extraordinary contributions to mathematical analysis, number theory, infinite series and continued fractions.
And skincare in summers is the topic of our health segment today. Our correspondent spoke to Dr. Archana Singhal on the precautions that need to be taken during summer to care for our skin.
Skin problems are quite common during summers. How to prevent skin problems and how to keep the skin healthy in this season. To talk about this, we have with us Dr. Archana Singhal. Dr. Singhal, welcome. What are the common problems you see during summers related to skin?
In summers you sweat a lot, so you can have prickly heat. And then since you sweat a lot and there is already hot and humid climate in the body, especially in body folds, so you get a lot of infections, especially bacterial infections and fungal infections are very common. Moreover, since the sun is very strong in summers, and when you go out, you can have sunburn or suntan, which is very, very common.
How to take care of the skin during summers?
Take bath at least twice a day with non-medicated soap and water. Please do not use medicated soap because they destroy the normal bacteria on the skin which fight against the bacteria that cause the disease. Do not apply any oil on the body or on the scalp preferably. If you are very, very keen on applying hair oil, then wash it after half an hour. Wear only loose and cotton clothings and light colored clothings because the black and other dark colored clothes, they attract sunlight. Always carry an umbrella with you when you are going out in sun. Try to walk as much as possible in the shade and prefer not to go out between 10 AM to 4 PM.
How useful are deos in the people who really sweat a lot and are suffering from body odor?
You can apply deodorant, but it should not be highly perfumed. And please take care that don't apply it directly on the skin because all perfumes are capable of causing allergic contact dermatitis, and this may not happen on very first few days. This happens when you repeatedly apply this thing.
Will use of sunscreen help to prevent sunburns, and how to select a good sunscreen?
You have to apply at least a spoonful of sunscreen only on the face, neck and other exposed parts, and you have to apply the sunscreen half an hour before you step out in the sun. And the sun protection factor, which is SPF, whenever you go and buy, we talk about SPF. So it should not be more than 20 or 25 because our dark skin is already protected from sun to quite an extent.
Thank you, Dr. Archana Singhal, for talking to us. So it is really important that during summers you take good care of your skin. Do exercise, take care of your diet and keep yourself hydrated to keep away skin problems and get a glowing skin in the season. Kiran Bhardwaj, DD News.
The ravages of time and changing seasons can even rob gold of its glitter. But Amritsar's Golden Temple and its burnishing main dome has no dearth of devotees and pilgrims ready to pitch in for the task of getting it cleaned and giving it a fresh buff. This time during cleanup season, a group of 50 volunteers have come all the way from Birmingham in the United Kingdom, and they are working in mission mode to restore the gleam of the famous temple.
Golden Temple in Punjab's Amritsar is considered to be the most pious place of worship among Sikhs. Tens of thousands of pilgrims and tourists visit the Golden Temple on a daily basis. But this time there's a group of 50 people from UK's Birmingham who reached Amritsar on a special mission. The mission to clean up the Golden Temple and make it shine as bright as ever. The group from Birmingham's Guru Nanak Nishkam Seva Jatha has begun the Seva at Darbar Sahib to make its golden dome glisten in the May sun, and the work will be on for the next 10 days. The Jatha's members say they carried out the Seva for the first time in 1995. A fresh layer of gold was laid thereafter on the original coating laid during the reign of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, which had dulled. Then, another round of cleanup was carried out in 2003. With time, changing seasons and pollution, gold becomes tarnished and dull. It needs a buffing every now and then. The group from Birmingham comes to Amritsar every year for the voluntary work, even using Rita powder and lime juice for the purpose.
हम हर साल स्वर्ण मंदिर की सफाई करने आते हैं क्योंकि प्रदूषण के चलते यह जो सोना है वो काला हो जाता है। हम इसकी सफाई नींबू और रीठे से करते हैं ताकि इसकी सुंदरता बरकरार रहे।
Clearly, the mission to shine the Golden Temple's dome by volunteers from abroad adds another dimension to Swachh Bharat. Not only has it inspired people at home to keep their surroundings clean, but also Indians living overseas. Bureau Report, DD News.
And time now for the weather report. And well, that's all we have for you in this edition of Breakfast News. As we go, we leave you with the beautiful glimpses of cubs of the rare white Bengal tiger unveiled in a northern Mexican zoo. Take a look and enjoy. Namaskar.